don't know. It's got to be a closer game. Still winning by that much of a margin, I think they're really going to figure out, like us last year when we played the Michigan State game and we're down 12-0, and you're like, what just happened? That's what's got to happen for them to really think about, the games that we played so far. Is just, we're up by too much in the beginning, and then when the second half take over, we're up by 20 already. So, you don't realize that you're getting beat the second half, or you're only winning by 5 the second half. When you play a really good team equivalent to you, and you're only up by 2 at half, or you're down by 2 at half, then you it's playing a whole nother game right at the get-go, and there's no room for error.
Willie, it sounds like you're saying that when the other team, the coach says, "Oh, the other team's killing us on the boards," but it's really only 2 that the player has to kind of interpret what the coach is saying rather than take it literally.
Yeah. I mean, it's just there'll be, maybe it's not 2. I just throwing it out there. It could have been more than 2, but It's not like you're getting murdered on the boards where you don't have any. Your team don't got any, and they got 15 plus, and you're just like, that's getting killed on the boards. But we're so big, you're gonna think that we're getting killed on the boards if we're down by 2 boards. Well, you guys got killed on the boards, but the ball bounces a different way, and you get the balls,
But this is the reason I'm asking is that when he talked to us, he was making it sound like you guys really got pushed around in the second half, and he said that's going to be an issue all season. Teams are going to try to push you,
and that's been like that since I was a freshman. And
what is it? What is that about?
The only thing teams can do is we're so tall and athletic, and the only thing they can do, and you can't blame them for it, is just push you in the back and try to get the board. And a lot of times, dudes, you're going to think that's a foul. We're not calling that for you. And when you get that in the head, they're not going to call that for you. And that's when it takes over. You're like, well, I better brace myself and, make my stance bigger because I'm going to get pushed in the back regardless of what happens. So, and that takes the whole physicalness out the way.
So what message is he trying to send when he's telling us, we're getting pushed around in the second half? It was a fist fight, and we basically said you guys backed off, and it's going to be an issue. What's he really saying?
I don't know. You know more than me. I don't know.
Talk about the expectations that are heaped upon this team, nationally, locally, fans, media.
Everybody knows it. The whole talk about going 45-0 or something is, it's not realistic. People put it on us, so then that's that expectation on us. So if we do lose a game, we're like, well, they should have went 45. That's not realistic. That's not even. Nobody even on our team would even think that because we ain't even we haven't been a team that long. It's just not realistic, and it's kind of annoying when people say that, oh, you're gonna go 40, you're gonna go 45. Why even put that on a young group? It's not realistic. I don't know. It's just redundant.
Well, how much have you improved really from when you first came as a freshman until now? Do you think?
A lot of it's just, Coach kind of said it tonight. I'm kind of like a rover. There's so much stuff that I could do, and then that there's so much room for improvement. And I don't know. I could easily get in the next 4 weeks. I could be that much more better. And you asked me the same question, well, how much better did you get?
Well, that would be good.
It would be good, but it's just, I could start hitting jumpers. You know what I'm saying? And then we're talking about a whole different ball game, or I'm taking people off the dribble or something, and then it's just a whole different ball game. So, when Coach, said that, I'm a rover, I kind of, I understand it. I really do just be firing around. If I get the ball somewhere and I'm able to make a play, then, that's my role. And that's the whole role thing. What you have to do and to be successful with the team.
What's going through your mind when you switch off under a 6-foot guard? What are you thinking?
Don't let him shoot. Don't let him shoot a jumper. It's the only way he can score is if he shoots a jumper. Other than that, if he gets past me one step, I'm going to catch him by 2 steps, and I'm either going to block or he's going to pass it. So other than that, it's just stay close enough to him where you can't shoot a jumper or make him do some crazy acrobatic play. If it goes in, it goes in. If not, it's not hurting me.
What do you think of when teams continue to try to drive the lane against you guys?
That's good for us. I mean, I think the only way teams is really gonna outplay us or beat us is from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get in the lane and you score, you're not gonna score 50 points on us in the lane.
Yeah.
But
Willie, do you think you guys are getting lulled into any sort of false sense of confidence by winning so one-sidedly? I mean, every time so far.
Sort of, but our coaches don't let us. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't.
By yelling at you?
Well, like little plays, like now we can be up by that much, but they still killing you like on little plays that it doesn't change the game that much because we're up by so much. But like in a close game, that's a whole game changer, and they're letting you know that. Like they're letting you know when that happens, it's a game changer. Like you're coming out even though we're up by 40. You're coming out because that's what's going to happen in the game.
Is that the video you see the next day?
Last question.
That little clip?
Exactly.